All right. Putting the prediction up real quick. I'm going to set this for 20 minutes because we're going to start it a bit early. And one more thing I do want to check is my recycle bin. Because the next 2 days, awesome, are going to have a lot of streaming. All right. So guys, this is FNF, World War II. We didn't cover last week, or at least we tried to, but they were trying a new framework and it completely borked their server. I came in late. I wish I covered round 1 because it was filled with a crap ton of memes, which was really funny. But let me go ahead and write down my time stamping here. Yeah, 6:23:23, isn't that funny? And then I decided as the server pretty much denatured, I left, and then like 20 minutes later, they started doing some fill-in ops with Modern Day, but by then I already started doing something else. But, oh, man. We're covering at least rounds 1 and 2 tonight. Might get to round 3, however, at 6:30, which is in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to be doing 1 of 2 Zeus ops. We're going to finally get back into the last ship. We had a bit of a hiatus on that. That's my fault because I had a bunch of other things I was working on. And then after we do 2 hours of that, we're going to be doing a quick 1-hour horror op, really just to test a flashlights mod that rescripts some flashlights, because I intend to use that for some future stuff. And we'll just have to see how that goes because, you know, we just got to get things tested to work with stuff and yada-da. Tomorrow is where things are going to get a little crazy. But I think after the flashlight op, I need to test and finalize the one of the mission files we're going to be Zeusing tomorrow, so it'll be another stream on top of that. And then I'm probably just going to go to bed early unless I absolutely can, in which case I might just get on Dark Tide with some friends and chill, because I do need to farm some VODs anyway. Tomorrow, there's going to be a Zeus up at noon that's going to be testing Undead Assault 3. That's a really exciting project I've wanted to do for years, and I think I finally have the ability to do it based off of what's in front of me. After that, at 3 o'clock, there's something else I'll be doing, which I won't be able to show you guys till I think mid-July at this rate, but we'll get there when we get there. 6 o'clock, I'll be on the ground with the 5th doing a 40k scenario, and then 9 o'clock, I'll be Zeusing Karma Cuts Thingamajig, so... Like I said, there's a lot. And then hopefully afterwards I can just chill and play Dark Tide, but I also need to find some time to pack for my trip and yada-da. But anyway, here we are for World War II Friday at Night Fights. Feel free to get your bets in. This is going to be mainly infantry only. However, there are some vehicles on either side. Letting people load in. Malin made this first mission. This is the Battle of Suma, which was fought between Soviet Union, excuse me, and Finland. So Finland is going to be blue 4. In 2 phases, first in December 1939 and February of 1940. It was also part of the Winter War, which and was fought near the village of Suma. Now it's a different name that I can't pronounce. Along the main road leading from Leningrad to Viipuri. Credit Wikipedia. Notes: Defenders Blue 4 are unaware of which 3 sectors are live, which have been shuffled since last week. Okay, so they basically remade this mission from last week and changed things around. Got it. Otherwise, game mode is add sector. So how add sector works is if the attackers have a number advantage in the sector. Oh, that's a lot of sectors.
Okay.
That is literally 6 sectors Blue 4 has to control here. That's a lot. Damn. Anyway, in the event that the attackers have a number advantage in the sector itself, a 90-second timer will start counting down. It looks like only 3 are live, though, and I guess that's to help throw Blue 4 off so they can't defend the proper sectors, which, okay, interesting. But anyway, that's a feature I've never seen done in FNF before, but again, because I think they're rerunning last week's mission, I think they've done that just to help throw things off, but I digress. In the event that the attackers lose the number advantage in the sector, the timer is then reset and starts counting down from 90 seconds again until the when the attackers have the number advantage in the sector again. In the event the sector is captured, it cannot be recaptured by the defenders. The attackers win if they take all the sectors or kill all the defenders. The defenders win if they kill all the attackers, or at least one sector survives till the end of the round. Otherwise, continuing to go through the list here. Kilometer render distance, 150 builder, defender points, usually the default number is 125. That lets them do things with Ace Fortify, which basically lets them build custom defensive structures and whatnot. No magnified optics nor NVG equipment. It's World War II. Matte settings. I don't think either side has an echo, so this doesn't matter. Blue 4 uniforms are going to be Finland, or Finnish kits. Loadouts are going to be Mosin Nagants, Ladi L35s for their handguns. Support gunners, wow, both for Delta and the support auto riflemen are going to get the M26. I don't know if that's an LMG or something like the bar where it's just, you know, a prototype. Not a prototype, but a progenitor to the assault rifle. If I were to quickly look over, if we were to grab someone on Delta...
Oh, right, well then I have no idea. It's not my mission.
Yeah, so it's basically their auto rifles for World War II standards.
John, who do we have? We have John, Phoenix.
Anyway, looking back on Blue 4 here, their light anti-tank's going to be PSHP F1, which basically looks like the Panzerfaust. And then Crew and Aviation get the Sumi KP31. Again, these are weapons that I haven't really casted before, so it's quite nice. It gets
I'm just gonna do this, John.
4 transport trucks to basically move around to the sectors themselves. Interesting. Looking back at Op 4 here. Op 4 uniforms are going to be your Soviet kits. Their weaponries are going to be mainly Mosin Nagants with TT-33 handguns. PPSHs and DPs for the support gunners. DPs are going to be in Delta. PPSHs are going to be in Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Crew and Aviation also get PPSHs. And then they get 2 ZIS transport trucks, which won't be able to take everyone.
Hunting? If you're still going hog hunting.
And we'll have to see where that is from there. Talono, thanks for a 9-month resub. I'll answer that after I finish going through the rosters, but then I'll talk about it, broski. But thanks for the 9-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. We have a lot of streaming to do over the next 2 days, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario here. Otherwise, looking at Op 4, Vagrant is going to be commanding, Blam is going to be our 2IC, Grav is going to be the platoon medic, Swilla leading Alpha with Arcor as the marksman, so it's going to be a scoped Mosin Nagant gunner, rifleman from there. Oh, I guess marksman would be the proper term. Banks, Tacklebear, Gazog, Ash, and Major Khan being within Alpha 1. Also, I see some SSVTs, which are 10-round semi-automatic rifles in play there. We got Alexandru, Swede Metro, Robino, and Grip under Alpha 2. Norris leading Bravo with Sablon as the marksman, Hunt as the medic, and Bates as the 2IC. Looks like the 2ICs for the squads get that, and I wonder if... Probably not for this round, but there might be some other rounds where we do see some grenade launcher, rifle grenades on some of these rifles. But otherwise, Rookie leading Bravo with Ungrim Zevik, Snaggle Panther, Kissing, and Sky Online with him. No Bravo 1 in sight. NASA's going to be leading Charlie with Depso as the 2IC, Skipu as the marksman, Pogo as the medic for that team. Charlie 1 being led by Lolo with Timek, Adi, Wonder, Kermit, Sayek, and Tomer. Also, there are explosive specialists on either side. I wonder what they've been given for their explosives, but I guess we'll see that in play later. Newton leading Charlie 2 with Nicholas, Alipuz, Puma, and Eloy. And Pierce is leading Delta. He's merged everyone under him from Delta 1 and 2 under Delta Actual. So you got Ducat, Nolik, Pepit, Steve, Chicken Mail, Rui, Solil, and Kabubi Face. Looking over at Blue 4, we have Kiri commanding.
So Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, Delta.
All right, we got G-Legs as a marksman because he appears to have a sideways scope for that hunting rifle there. So that's what I associate them with. But again, Blue 4, what's their main? They're also Mosin Nagants. Okay. But who else is going to be the medics? Phoenix is going to be the 2IC. Muscle is going to be leading Alpha 1 with Revis, Lolo, Wheaton, and Ghost. Right off the bat, I think these guys only have bolt-action rifles. I don't see any semi-automatic rifles. Interesting. Alexander leading Alpha 2 with Charlotte, Seismo, Flaninja, Bar, and Sam. Again, all I'm seeing are those bolt-action rifles. John leading Bravo with Novix as the 2IC, Kane as the marksman, and Guy Fieri as the medic. So we've got Papega Blue for here, Arma Jesus leading Flux Bands. Bands also back, my top favorite player in this game. Maz, Zoni, Korvac, and Goblin all together. Cat. So Scandia Recon has I think only a few people on tonight, but they're under Bravo 2. So Cat's leading Cindy, Oliver Daedalus, Dobbs, Tim Kappa, and Puma. Pro Hunter leading Charlie with Camred as the marksman. RB, Martin, Solomon's Brett, and Hermanos under Charlie 1. No Charlie 2, and then Delta just has Captain Morgan leading Anderson, Patriot, and Lurch, who are all additional auto rifleman slots. Otherwise, Blue 4 has 6 sectors to potentially defend here, but only 3 are real, so I guess that's just adding to the chaos of what this is. But yes, this is World War II PvP. Talonos, to answer your question, I will be leaving Sunday and coming back either Thursday or Friday. If I come back Thursday, it means we'll be able to cover FNF. If I don't... Actually, I'm not sure I'll even be able to cover FNF next week. So FNF is going to be doing World War II again, and then they're going to be doing a 3rd week of World War II FNF. But Bloodwing gets back on Friday, and I might just take the day off to celebrate things with her. But depending on the time I get back, if I get back Thursday, I might still be able to do POG and all this other stuff on the evening. So we'll see how things go. Otherwise, at least what my father and I are going to be hunting with is with an AR-15 and a Remington 770. We're going to meet his twin brother, also my uncle, and my cousin. And I don't know what they're bringing. I think they're bringing a 30-06 and something else. Just to answer your question. Otherwise, beyond the rest of the AO, I mean... It's not that long of a walk that Op4 is going to have to take. The immediate first battle line, though, of around right here, from north to south, is going to be a bit tougher. I guess northwest to southeast, really. We see that Blue 4 is already starting to deploy forces around some of these sectors here, but it looks like they're also evenly dividing themselves along multiple sectors here. So if Op 4 just keeps all their forces together, we could see
sorry
Blue 4
about
defeated in
last
detail.
week. New framework took a poop, but hey, this one will work better and actually be fun.
You know, Malin, thanks for the 58-month resub, buddy. I'm a little disappointed with my schedule that I wasn't able to cover round 1 of last week, because apparently that was a meme fest from what I was told, but I'm glad you got everything working, buddy. I can't wait to see how things go today. I can't wait to see the mis-PIDing of camos, because I heard about that too. But I hope everyone has fun, because that's the most important thing here. So I hope you keep enjoying the ops, both watching and playing.
I know he's not.
And I hope you get a nice kick out of your own scenarios.
We were talking about running out in the open, and I went, look, okay, we're not going to do a piss.
That sounds great, Lone Survivor. Hope everything keeps working out for you.
There's not going to be much initiative because of the way the sectors are kind of laid
Gosh.
out. It's kind of shit.
Yeah, so we have a suggestion from Puma to go up there on that hill, but we'll see how it goes.
But you mean like you can send a fire team out there? Yeah, no bother, but don't send everyone.
Yeah, we just have way better LOS out there. Is what
Yeah,
it is.
I know
Can't
that
see
spot
shit
that-
from here.
So they're talking about potentially deploying
We
more
have big,
people to
big
some sort of
energy.
hill or whatnot,
So
but
that's all we need.
Yeah, we have to talk about
Send the
Bravo
chips
tomorrow.
out.
classic
Green
Scandy
scare
Recon
noises
communications right here, by the
for
way.
intimidation.
Put PvP.
So on that note, as is Lone Survivor of us, by the way, don't mean to toot my own horn here, but my player base did recently vote for a Vietnam rotation. And then I know I'm going to be getting with Nemesis and Whiplash and starting to do more major events within SOG. Because how the schedule has gone is, I think that was like the 3rd or 4th event I've hosted with SOG Prairie Fire. The CDLC team, Savage, I think it's Savage Games Studios, because there's another one that's also Savage Games, but it's a different 3rd word, but I don't want to, butcher the name, because that got me blacklisted by Bohemia for a year. But anyway, I gotta be careful about which names I use. But regardless, we're gonna be trying to do more MCO-style events within that community framework and getting everyone together. And we're gonna try to do it once every month to month and a half at this rate. I just gotta get everything approved by them. We're gonna pick up slack basically when I get back from the hunting trip. Savage Game Design, that's it, because Savage Game Studios is a different company. Right, and I just screwed that up. Thank you, Malin, I appreciate it.
Well, we're gonna hit the hay.
Because I don't want to get blacklisted again, buddy. That's what sucks. Alright. So we still got 4 minutes before Op4 charges in. I'm going to be honest, strategy-wise, Op4 should either send 2 separate attacks to sweep these sectors knowing that these are going to take a while, or they should just keep all their eggs in one basket, probably move through this area and just sweep the sectors right to left. Set up a blocking position here as a force goes back to check on that sector, and then just sweep right to left to continue the AO. But because of the size and scale of this AO, this is definitely going to be a longer game. So we'll just have to see how things go. But I will expect to see World War II tactics. I mean, the Soviets has a 10% number advantage.
Hold on.
So Op4 have the quantity, but Blue 4 definitely has the quality, because we've got Pepega Pirates and Scania Recon together on Blue 4, and we got my favorite player, Bay, playing with Pepega tonight. So we'll see how they can go. But Op4, I mean, they've also got semi-automatic rifles, whereas Blue 4 is literally only bolt actions and some auto rifles. And that's it. So we'll just have to see how things go. Where is Charlotte? That's a good question, because she has been up and coming as well. She is...
2 minutes, you dicks.
What are they yelling at down there? I don't see her, but that doesn't mean she's on. She isn't on. I can just be really bad at looking. There. All right, within Alpha 2 as the auto rifleman.
See those marks that I've made? I would rather us maneuver around the sides and...
Now, one more thing I want to point out. Look at the camo. We got white and some black overcoats.
There's a big hill. I will take my squad if you would like.
And now look at Op4 here. We've got
no matter what happens, let's avoid that.
a lot of white camo here. You know, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to nitpick. If anything, Op4 should have less winter gear, and Blue 4 should actually almost have full winter gear. Because the Winter War showed a real lack in troop quality of the Soviets at the time, because they didn't even have enough winter camo to give to everyone, whereas the Finnish had the winter camo. So that's a little interesting turn of events there, but otherwise we got one truck fully loaded here, another one partially loaded. We might see more people going, or these are just the infantry waves that'll charge in.
So worried about these. Good luck. I mean, we had enough needles most extended.
What?
They'll be fine. Everybody's got to be...
So, Jazz, I agree with you. Having tactics can be a good way to... Also, why are they facing south? It looks like they're going to do a massive drive around, potentially go over to here and then sweep over first, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But it looks like they started to drive because the round's about to begin. I'm going to be honest. For FNF, I don't think military tactics or milsim tactics and training is valued that much on the early branch. At least in the later branch where it's mostly milsim players playing, then it's definitely a factor. But for the early branch, which I normally cover, it's... I've seen some milsim groups get circles run around them by Pepega and Scandi, which are much more casual players, but... There is also a fine line between milsim players standing by and waiting for orders and being told what to do compared to groups like Scandi and Pepega where each individual player will just take the initiative. And I feel like some milsim communities definitely break things down and only allow for certain players to make that, like, take that certain initiative and make that all happen. And I have seen quite a few times where those leadership elements in the milsim group get taken out, and then the rest of the players don't know what to do. And then again, groups like Scandi or Pepega just absolutely chew them out because of that. But again, it really depends on the type of community, the type of hub community that every community is going to, and just the event itself. Because, I mean, we saw a few Pepega Pirates players play in Kilcog last weekend. And they got absolutely raffle stomped. But compared to other people, they were some of the only players that were actually getting to the Blue 4 player base past all of the Blue 4 air support and actually getting like a kill or two. Compared to, you know, the 95% of the other players that were just getting murdered by Apaches. So, Again, it really depends on the circumstance, but for FNF itself, I think the Milsimmers only get the advantage if they're in command roles. And even then, that depends. But I mean, Pierce, I would say, I think is a Milsim player, but he has some really crazy strategies, some that work, some that don't, but... What are you? Okay, you don't, never mind. I'm gonna ignore that.
Over this way, and
Yeah,
then Red's
why are
gonna
you
this
watching?
way.
Why
You
I want
east.
to be over there. Over there was
Look
cool.
east! You're looking northeast, you retard! Look east!
And west and south.
I mean,
What to just look everywhere?
I want to be here. Use your eyeballs.
Right, where are
Use
we
your
going?
eyeballs. Eyeballs. Use
where's
them over
Blue going?
here.
I wanna be here.
Can we not just can we not pile up on one spot?
I'm
No,
fucking with you.
I
Do whatever you
wanna
want.
be here.
Listen to cats.
This 3 times. Listen to me.
You know what's sad?
Listen to
Go to
cats.
Bravo 2.
This is Scandy
What
Recon.
direction?
This is one of the best communities in FNF.
Are they doing a Pierce?
I love how that's a thing. I love that that's a thing.
We are to the east of the
Dude,
sector.
south, friendly.
No, that's not
Oh,
friendly.
ice.
Yeah, see south. Where?
Dude.
Are they pulling up
yeah,
Pierce? I love that that's a
EIs.
thing.
I saw at least 2.
We want 70.
Boys,
I
look
saw like
south.
4 or 5.
170.
So Op 4 is
Barrel
sending
170
2
to
trucks
my
all the way
positive,
down
150.
here. They're going to try to get to this sector and then cut in from
Oh,
the
yeah,
left.
yeah,
And then you
I
got
saw
the
it. I saw
infantry pushing in here. So they're basically going to try to move left or right at this point.
160, not 170.
You got some scout forces. These are
Russians maneuvering
Pepega
without-
Pirates players. And they're basically going to set up in this house and use it as cover. And they've got a big open kill zone.
Yeah, A-firm.
I don't see him, but I hear him.
Oh, I know there's Scandy Recon bingo, and one of these days I'm going to play it while I commentate.
We'll try and find this. Can you mark those on the map? Actually.
Oh, I see
A
him.
Pierce involves crossing an open field with no cover.
Wait,
The head of FNF is telling me what a Pierce is. I love it.
Way in the distance.
They're just
Yep.
peeking over the hill now. I can barely see.
I
you
love
won't
it.
see them down there.
FNF stands for Friday Night
Oh, maybe
Fights,
you will.
because it's Friday.
Yeah.
The early branch is meant to be the European branch, so it's the evening for them. So it's Friday night, and then they fight each other. So it's a fight.
What's the? What do you think the range on that is? 500, 600?
Like,
I'm
no,
curious what
I
that
think
scope
like
looks like. Oh,
Wait.
wait.
There's another squad coming behind them right now. I think.
How about we wait?
Yeah, my autistic brain saw that and thought it was something else. Anyway,
They're probably just gonna skyline with that hill and fight us from there.
Probably gonna see us. But then,
We should not get spotted right now.
yeah, just stay down. Use the cracks in the building to look through at them.
yeah,
That's
that
such a crazy peak hole. Surely this is not a hitbox. though.
that made me think of something. Anyway,
Kill 'em, but I don't know what the range is. It's a fucking hitbox! Fuck! The whole roof is a fucked up hitbox. Let's go, let's go. Come on down, let's go.
We should probably-
so the what they're complaining about is if you notice the bullet went into the house even though he was over it, because the whole building has a messed up hitbox. Now they're taking fire. All right. So these guys are going to basically pull away from that building. They're trying to find some positions in here to...
That guy was dead for sure, bro.
200 meters, so when they move on to the objective.
Oh, we still got this hilltop right here. Op 4. Here's the thing. They don't actually have a lot of positions to move up right here. It's going to turn this area into a kill zone, because if they try to go over the open area, they're going to get pinned behind the rocks and picked off. Blue 4 have the more advantageous positions. However, if they're going to be going prone and shooting, that only exposes their head first. So if they do get hit, they're probably going to get insta-killed on the spot.
Hey, you three.
Yes, sir.
This whole map looks like a Pierce plan. You know, I can see why you would say that. I mean, the safe route would probably have been going through here. This is all more open terrain, but it's a tough call.
It didn't get pushed from the west.
So these forces are coming up to reinforce. You still have a large chunk of infantry coming up. Pot shots are being heard. think they're looking up at those fortified positions. Maybe they saw the infantry running by. Tough to say. But now we're pretty much going to lay in wait here.
Updated EI spotted marker to the southwest of Pos. Just to call out, I think there's buildings that are unmarked on the map. They're in both sides of the road.
And now we wait. Saw something out there fire a gun. Whenever you see the symbol flash, they fire around here, but it looks like they're firing at these guys. I don't believe there's any KIAs just yet. Don't see any skulls next to any names. We're still seeing a large outflank here. I'm just waiting to see if these guys are going to start opening up, but I guess not. These guys are gonna come around. The issue is they're gonna have to pretty much go cross country to move through cover to get to that area, because otherwise it's just gonna be a lot of open terrain that they're gonna try to press through. And I feel like Papega would be able to repel that, unless they're really skittish for the first round. FNF is like 95% modern day. Then they usually have a 2-week Vietnam rotation around, I want to say, March? Or is it... Yeah, no, I think it's March, give or take. Malin can answer that. And then the FNF rotation is in June. Which is, again, usually... or, excuse me, the World War II rotation is in June. Which is also usually 2 weeks, but I think they're extending it to a third based off some announcements I heard.
Oh, I see him. Keeled over.
Yeah, he just
Poor
got
guy.
fucked.
That means his friends are
I
probably...
don't want to see it. Like, we might get flanked. I don't know.
So they just killed a guy. Right there. That was one of the auto riflemen.
Yeah, and by now, I'm looking for you for a few minutes. Look on the other side of the
Pretty much when you get bored and you want Nam.
targets.
Yeah, World War II was always in June. I do remember that. All right, so these guys are getting shot at from the side here. And they're being pushed from this position.
Send in GOAT Team 6.
I think we're on target. You move.
30 months. Fucking love the strams, as always. And with
These guys are trying to rain
at.
shots in there. John Slavi, thanks for the 30-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
He says he got armored. Okay.
Oh, Patriot fell and died from falling off the roof.
Bravo, yep.
Careful not to slip and break your neck off the sandbags, bro. That's funny. So, Op4 has a KIA because they got shot in the face. Blue 4 has a KIA because the rooftop is slippery. Ain't that the truth?
So, backside of that ridge. Yeah.
All right, so Op4 have deployed their forces all the way on the map edge. They're going to try to basically push in through here, which I think is really silly because, again, you got these massive open areas to fight against. We're going to basically be seeing the other parts of Op4 in two separate components here. This area is really bad because these guys can potentially get flanked. Thankfully, the defilade cover is going to be blocking Blue 4 from hitting them, but as they move forward, then they'll take fire from this Blue 4 position. These groups serve to potentially flank these guys, but they can set up on the cover they dug right here and pretty much stop anything from advancing. So I'm a little worried about Op4's assault around here. Op4's opted to move through a lot of open areas, and when in reality they could have just moved through this terrain. At least it would have given them some cover and whatnot to work with. And then they could have, again, sent a force over, taken that, and then just moved right to left, utilizing the cover on the northern side to flank up and around, and then otherwise setting good bases of fire and potentially doing some flanking actions. But you can see that, you know, there is some cover for them to work with here as well, but instead, the one position that they're gonna move through is gonna be hit on two sides. And then all this other area here is pretty much open territory. So all you're gonna see right now as well is these opening forces are gonna just burn their ammo, and you've seen where they've actually gotten hit here by the bloodstains. Trucks are fully dismounted all the way over here, and you see the infantry coming around. So that shows me that they're not also gonna go back and get their trucks. They're gonna do the rest of this up on foot, which is a major mistake. You want to have that mobility to get forces around quickly to potentially flank any positions, because could you imagine if OPFOR drove their trucks up right here and then started moving in to hit these positions on the rear? That would relieve these other positions, but instead we're going to see OPFOR charge and take heavy casualties. So you see forces now in overlaying fire. These guys are going prone. Ash gets knocked out as he moves through the open. These Delta positions, I think they're actually getting shot from these guys. And you got some small forces moving up. But again, these are two of the best groups here in FNF, so we'll see if they can hold a force literally 3 or 4 times their size at the moment.
Can't believe this, can you?
No, I can't, Sniper. Thanks for the 13-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, broski, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this. They just dropped Gazog there. He could still wake back up, though. So we could see Swede potentially try to come up here and flank that position, but he's immediately going to be engaged because you silhouette as soon as you stick your head over. I think Gazog woke back up. We see Ash bandaging. Yep, Gazog woke back up. He's back in bandaging, so not a lot of kills yet. Oh, really? Bayant died. Ah. I was hoping he'd perform a bit better. I'm curious to see what these three guys do. I think OPFOR in CQC is going to outperform because they have a lot more heavy weapons. I mean, they got the DP-27 gunners on point and a PPSH gunner. Meanwhile, Blue 4 only has bolt-action rifles, but if they could kill those guys and take those guns, these guys are going to become unstoppable. Bolt action, that's a semi-auto. No, that's a PPSH. So they can move back over and see that. So we got these guys trying to suppress Delta from afar, but by getting that lucky shot on Puma, and they didn't look down because they were getting tunnel vision on that force. Katz is trying to now get up.
I got your head.
And we've got a wide smoke charge over here, I guess, to move up with Charlie. That's so weird, but I guess they have to because of this fortified position. Grenade goes out. It's going to go a little short. Steve moves up, but the fragmentation gets caught in the trees here.
Team 6 now.
Finally made it back to Twitch to catch Live Up.
Hey, Righto Overlord, thanks so much for the 12-month resub. That gets you a Lance Corporal badge. Thanks for all your support. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, OPFOR's in the low ground over here. Blue 4 trying to find positions to continue to hit them. Looks like they've taken a KIA up here. Now they're trying to hit these guys. Tim Kappa trying to line up a shot, but he can't. I think he's trying to aim for Metro. but he just can't seem to connect the shot. Oh, but someone else does. I think Tim finally got it, yep. Now this position's getting suppressed. Is that a frag? I think they're greatly overestimating how how close they are. They got a second one down. They're gonna take his auto rifle. They just can't seem to line the shots up. They're constantly shooting over this guy's head. Oh, and they knock him out. This guy, if no one notices, oh, it's him watching like a hawk. So funny enough, we're seeing some blue on blue over here. So Sector 1 has been captured. That's this far sector from all the way over here. You got Steve coming around. One of those DP-27 gunners was dropped. Oh, and Novix gets him. We need to see a double tap. There it is. So they can take those DP-27s. Again, leave it to Papega Pirates with bolt actions to beat CP-27 gunners. NA plays, it's now called the late branch. I also put a shot, wow, on this other guy here. He had a, is that another bolt action? I think that's because someone took the, yep, took his gun already.
LMG here, man.
That's awesome. We'll see if they take him or just stick with the bolt actions here. They play at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 hours after the other event. Got some suppression going here, but all three are still up. Guy Fieri going on the offensive. Dodges a grenade, gets a triple kill. King running in, avoids the grenade, and Guy Fieri ducks. Another grenade going in. Oh, that's right on King, and that blows him up. Oh, that's unfortunate. But Guy Fieri now has an SMG to work with, pulls his handgun out to draw. They've got a massive force to work with here. Another grenade goes out, but that lands right in front of him. And they blow himself up! DP-27 gunner trying to flank. Guy Fieri coming around. Guy Fieri getting on the rear of this formation. Spots Nolik. Pierce looking for him. The Guy Fieri flank. He's got a DP-27 to work with now. He's still looking around, but Pierce is going to get behind him. But Pierce thought he was friendly because Guy Fieri was in the middle of the line. Oh, and Guy Fieri wipes everyone. That friendly grenade, though, was pretty damn funny. But like I said, you give these guys full auto weaponry, and they will make it work. And now you got an additional force. Blue 4 has sent reinforcements from the sector. They're going offensively now. And Op 4 is down to 5 dudes in this area as Blue 4 sending to counterattack. And like I said, this is Scandi and Papega players showing you why they are top dog here. Rags to riches with bolt action rifles. Who would have thought? And then Blue 4, they're going to go through, they're going to loot all the heavy weaponry, and anything else that tries to come in is going to get annihilated. So, oh man, this is looking to be a bit tough. I don't fault Pierce for mis-PIDing though, because Guy Fieri was in the same white camo that all of his guys were in. The exception is the black helmet. Funny, it looks like Novix is going to stick with the bolt action rifle. I mean, he's gotten 2 kills with it, so why change? Vagrant, I think his 2IC he was with died. No, he's over at the trucks. So it looks like they went back, they grabbed the trucks, and they're actually now moving out. They might try to back cap the sectors as Blue 4 goes for an immediate counterattack. But I think this is going to be an active sector too. So we might see these guys go for the other far sector, whichever one's active, and then try to hit this one from the rear. But then by then, Blue 4 is going to clean up this force, potentially clean up that force, and then just hold true. But this is going to definitely be a long round. We'll see if any of the surviving units can live here. Alexander just bitch slaps those bullets back and one taps them with the damn...
Vagrant is down.
Oh my god. Sit down, boy. I can't believe I just saw that, because in any world, the SMG should win, right? Not today, apparently. Alright, so we got 4 guys marauding around at this point. You got this strong point firing at the Bravo element right here. And they've got a little bit of defilade cover to work with, but oh man. Looking around to see what else we might see from these 4. Trying to look. These 2 are going to keep skirmishing with this defensive line right here. There's the trees. Oh!
Tree line.
That's crazy.
Keep your head down. He's KIA. He's KIA.
Yeah, muscle got fucking dinged.
Oh god. Hey, spread out in a
Someone
line.
grab the radio.
Keep your sectors of fire up.
Someone grabbing the radio?
There's probably a dude in those trees towards southwest.
So working with the trees here is a really smart call. That's probably what's going to save those 2 OP4 players, but damn. Got Grav over here with the semi-auto rifle. You could do well with that. However, we got Charlotte here with the machine gun. Then again, I mean, we just saw a bolt action beat an SMG with 1 tap. Oh, look at this. Op4 has this forested route to go in, and instead they're opting to go through an open... But you have the... But... Sir! Sir! What are you doing? They're gonna see some Blue 4 guys in front. Maybe they can systematically take them both out. I think these guys are trying to find a flank here. Oh, but these are 2 of the machine gunners. If they notice Op4 to their right, they could start suppressing the shit out of them.
Yeah, I think they're behind the knob of the hill.
Oh!
No, don't stop.
I'll be good.
Yeah, they got this low ground to fall back with. You got some Blue 4 guys now pushing in. You got these positions continuing to be suppressed, and now the northern side's going to start being spotted. So this is going to be a long, drawn-out round for the rest of the time. We're only halfway through it, by the way. But Blue 4 have a significant number advantage here. Maybe, again, we could see Charlie move in with the area here. They're going to immediately start flanking that position. They could take it out. And then maybe this force could cross, and then they could bulldoze to the last sector here, but there's still another sector they have to take somewhere on the outskirts. That gives Blue 4 time to regroup, at least on foot. So these forces out here could just be a distraction for this sweeping force to come in. Now you have a long-range rifle fight right here. And again, I think these guys are here just to pin, so this force can get in and play CQC. And that's where I think Op4 is going to have the advantage, but we'll just have to see.
Send in
Charlotte doesn't seem to be able to line up the shot.
Are you winning?
Grenade rolls right up. Charlotte ducks behind the tree. Grenade rolls right down to Grab's position and blows him away. Grenades are going to be your best friend in CQC in this operation. Bearded Lord, thanks for the 63-month resub, broski. That's been a long time. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this. Did they?
Oh, that team's fucking kicking that. Oh, everyone's dead.
I think we just witnessed one of the best explosive trap plays live. It doesn't register explosive kills, but I think that's amazing. No, so they have explosive specialists in every group. So see these triangle symbols? So they actually predicted. Zony's got 3 kills back here, so it's quite possible. And then we caster cursed him and he takes a headshot. Oh my god, but he basically blew everyone up right here. And then we just saw him get headshotted. That's hilarious. Anyway, Charlie's now pushing in close. No, that's too far for Panzerfaust. That was definitely some sort of explosion. Look at the size of the crater, too. Plus, I'm going to be honest, that I think is outside of the range of AT. Otherwise, we've got Op 4 pushing in now. Grenades going out, knocking people out. This is where we're going to see Op 4 shine a bit. As their point man with the PPSH gets blown away. That's a Blue 4 guy right there with an SMG. They're firing up at this building. Blue 4 pushing a few people back, but we have another force coming in to try to cut him off. However, by cornering Blue 4 elements here, how much are they going to trade out? Because if Blue 4 can at least trade out evenly, then that's going to really cripple Op 4's ability to take this other objective, because they don't really have any other forces at this point. Between the slaughtering to the south, the explosive trap to the west, and this major force. And again, we see a PPSH get dominated by another weapon. And that's a grenade. Did you just drop a grenade at your feet? Yes, he did. Oops. That grenade gets caught in a tree. More grenades going in. Skipoo blows himself up. That was a rifle grenade. So Blue 4 have rifle grenades for the AT gunners, which is quite interesting. Camrad's playing...
Help me, guys.
We're coming.
Oh, is it doing that?
I didn't. Come upstairs. Come upstairs.
Camrad here has an... Are they going to charge him? And he trades with the LMG gunner. Oh my god, so Op 4's down to 2 dudes with 1 wounded, and Blue 4 still has 3. This is just a slaughter on every front. Looks like one of the Blue 4 guys just died to Sayak. And then he gets headshotted. I think they just trade. No. Okay, no. Blue 4 just took another KIA by Sayak. He picked up a finished submachine gun, and I guess it's showing. Martin tries to line up a shot, is unable to. If he has rifle grenades, he could fire them in the windows, but he might be out. But look at the numbers here. We got some Op 4 that bypass this line. Blue 4 is coming back in, though, on the sector. I think he can hear him. Oh, Martin is on -1 kill, so he might have friendly fired. Just trying to look through the windows here.
Lecz na górę, ustawi zły pogo.
Shuts the door on a guy, misses the bolt action shot, and then gets pushed. Audie wakes back up, and I get a glitch. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think he did friendly fire the other guy. Meanwhile, over here, Blue 4 coming in, Phoenix getting tapped, just as Wheaton gets a kill. Robino throws a grenade right on his position. Wheaton tries to run, gets blown away by the grenade, but then this flanking force comes in and sweeps him. Wheaton could still wake back up, though. Oh, man. All right. Those forces double tapped. Op 4 has, I think, 6 or 7 guys with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at G-Legs over here. He snuck up to these two Op 4 guys.
Yeah, okay. Oh, close.
Yeah, he's close all right, but you're dead. He was indeed close. That was him speaking as he died, because you T-Far, before it parses you to the spectator channel, you still have a few seconds to say something. Meanwhile, you have Oliver Daedalus in the middle of this formation here. You got Ash right on top of the second sector. Oliver, I think, just got a kill. He is now under fire. He's stolen a PPSH. Mistimes the grenade, but then gets a double kill. I thought he'd be dead there, but I guess they choked the shot. Meanwhile, Morg... How did that get all the way up? What the hell? How did it get all the way up there? What was that bounce? More grenades going back and forth. They're gonna land right on Dobbs. That knocks him out. NASA charging into grenades, notices that one. Takes a little bit of shrapnel damage. I think Op4 just collected all these grenades and started chucking them. NASA gets blown away by Guy Fieri on the flank. How many kills is he on? He's on 7 now. And it looks like G-Legs over here found the other guy and took him out. Oh, you still have an Op4 command element all the way up there. I didn't even notice them. This is going to go to time at this rate, because they're completely out of position. Oh, and Guy Fieri was looking around, and he gets blown away by NASA thinking he got the kill. Kissing's got his handgun out, finishes off Dobbs. You know, with no body armor, the handguns are actually going to be pretty powerful. For CQC, I mean, it would be better to use your handgun rather than, whatchamacallit, your bolt action. Food for thought. I love how he animation glitches out of the tunnel when he does medical. Boop. It's his Houdini trick. Oh no, but Oliver Daedalus, he's out for blood. He knows there's people around. He's sniffing the morphine stick. He's like, Soviet morphine. They must be close. Now, where are they? Are they in this bunker? There he is. Hey, buddy. And that's 6 for Oliver. NASA's charging in. He's going to be the one man. Can NASA channel his inner Audrey Hotto? Oh my god, he actually just got a kill and ran into a grenade. Well, that didn't really work out, did it? Now the real question, are they going to friendly fire Oliver Daedalus for coming in the same way as the hostile forces here? Look, I don't know why the caster curse works instantaneously, okay? It just does. But at this rate, calculating for time within the next 14 minutes, these 4 are probably going to this sector and then are going to probably come all the way back, right? I don't think that can be done within 13 minutes. On foot. With the stamina settings. Right? Because we're... maybe it's one of these 2 sectors they have to go for, but that would potentially be doable, but they're just heavily outnumbered here. They got trucks at OBJs? Alright, well...
Stop here this minute. How do you guys want to take this?
Here's our final 4. Well, they're in the middle of enemy territory. If they take a truck, they're going to give their position away. So I understand why they're going on foot, but at the same time, they're... that's it, you know? Okay, there's Oliver. I was about to say, I hope he didn't get friendly fire. That'd be funny.
You mean Dodsy and Tim?
Yeah, I kept trying to follow up with you guys where you guys were last and just kept coming around.
All right, I'm going to look at kill counts here. G-Leg's on 2. He's still alive. We saw Muscle get headshotted. Wheaton on 1. Alexander and Charlotte on 1. Novik's on 2. Kane on 2. Guy Fieri on 6. Arma Jesus on 1. Flux on 2. Bant got none. Bant, come on. Next round, buddy. Maz got 1. Zoni got 3. Oliver Daedalus still alive on 6. Tim on 2. Dobbs on 1. Pro Hunter on 2. Cameron on 3. RB on 1. Martin on -1. Whoops. Hermanos on 1. Patriot got 1. Anderson got 2. And Lurch got 2. Vagrant didn't get any. Grav got 2 before he died. Blams with the other 3. Ash got 1. Major Khan got 1. Swede got 1. Metro got 1. Robinino got 2. Or Robinino. Grip got 1. Bates here got 2.
Oh, fuck.
Kissing got 1.
No, it was my...
NASA got 3 and Depso got 3. Pogo got 1.
Oh, what's going on? How'd it go, FCO?
Kermit got 3. Syke got 2.
So they have white.
What do
Wah,
you mean?
wah, wah.
Why? Satchel. As soon as you left. It's right here. They have white helmets. You literally, they're telling us to shoot friendlies.
I was told green.
You're delusional.
It was like,
We
so
green
they have
helmets.
satchel
Don't say
charges
black
for
because we have green
explosives.
We have black ones. So, did they literally charge as I left?
helmets. No, like 2 people charged. A single guy threw a satchel at you, and then we threw 18 grenades at him. He lived, and then we shot him in the head.
What can you buy with 35k points?
Yay!
I don't know. Give them to charity.
Just go blow something up, dude. 2 days of no Russian contact for me. Here's goofy motherfucker. That's a friendly. Bad Korvac. No, he's not. He fucking was. He's in my... You wanna get shot too?
Gentlemen, I think I arrived on something.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You wanna die too, bitch?
We won.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I just hope they explain to those 4 Op 4 why they made that call, because 10 minutes remaining, there's no vehicle up there, and it would have just been 10 minutes of them walking around, to be perfectly honest. So I appreciate them calling that early, because that was going to be a Blue 4 victory either way. All right, guys. Blue 4 won that one. Wow, that was an upset, eh? But again, quantity versus quality. Usually the quality argument wins unless the position's absolute dog shit, in which case quantity wins. When's the last branch? Usually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but that one's invite only, which is, well, that's not the only reason why I don't cover it. Ah, yes, wind effects. Thank you. Please keep blasting my ears.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Vingesvingen. Alright, now to change up the commands, blah blah blah. Oop, didn't mean to do that.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Give me 1 second.
Ah.
Map has been changed. Let me get a new thing of music up because I may or may not have accidentally just booped it like a dum-dum. What do we want to play? Let's just do something simple.
You can't.
Awesome. And then we'll go ahead and go over to our mission. If I can spell mission correctly. This is going to be round 2, where it appears to be infantry only. Oh, okay. Ad sector versus demolition. I've never seen that before. Hey, Malin, if you're here, can you explain? Before I write anything up. General Soli, thanks to the 18-month resub. That gets you the Goat Horned Lance Corporal badge. Thank you so much for all your support. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. That was your first ARM experience? Nice. Watching or playing? FNF, I would say 99% of the time does a good job with their PvP. Again, last week was the 1% outlier, but again, they were testing new framework, and, you know, I'd say compared to other games, Arma is definitely the one where you need to constantly test your new stuff, because one thing could update and completely break everything. One thing that is, you know, instrumental for everyone, if anyone remembers 3 years ago, the Ace Medical change back in 2020, that completely screwed so many people over. Yeah, it's crazy how that works. You don't have time to play FPS, I can understand that, but I'm glad you appreciated it. I'm thinking this could be a sectors versus defense operation. But again, I want to see the map AO before I write anything. So I'll put in a bit of a filler. So it says add sector, but there is an attacking and a defending. So I'm assuming... Okay. Is defending sectors and a cache. Green 4 has infantry only, and blue 4 has an 8% numbers advantage and 222, which is basically their equivalent of a scout car with an IFV component. So we'll see how that goes. Everything was fine until the medical invaded, right? TFAR broke with TeamSpeak recently, too. Yeah, but that was an easier fix compared to other things that have broken in the past. As a result, people released 8.2 billion personal mods that was labeled Ace, but withhold Ace. Yeah. Ah, man. Every 3 to 6 months, I do a content review of myself. I think the recent one I did a week ago was, instead of 6-month intervals, I bumped it up to 9 months. And it's really interesting seeing all the changes and upgrades, but also, admittedly, some downgrades on a few things. But how the Zeus interface has changed, how Zeus technology has changed, how server technology and how things are able to be handled a lot easier, especially with heavy scripting has changed, how AI mods changed back when I used them much more religiously. Just everything. It's crazy how things have both advanced and also how things from, you know, the 2013 to 2015 era have been rediscovered with heavy coding and whatnot and brought in. So, I don't know. I think it's all quite interesting to see all that go through, but that's just me personally. But I always do that content review every so often just to make sure I'm not doing anything too stupid. Alright, cool. But again, just to go in between, for our intermission, just a reminder, we will be kicking off the second half of the last ship campaign that I, you know, promised at the beginning of the month. That's going to be done at 6:30, which is why we might not get to the third round of FNF. If this round finishes quickly, I will be able to sneak in the third round. If it doesn't, then, well, you know, I will take a break between round 2 and the last ship. And then we'll be running that for about 2 hours. And then we will have a quick horror op, which is just an excuse for me to test a new flashlight mod. Remember when I said earlier, rediscovering old levels of coding to do things? That's what this is going to be testing, essentially. I will... How would I say this? I will roster you if, I always have to add roster things to the last minute. Just note that I put the TeamSpeak in the Discord for this operation, because with 2 ops tonight and 2 different groups of people slotting for it, rather than having to sort all of that, I just decided to put the TS we were going to use today publicly. I cycle the TeamSpeak every month for security reasons. Because when you get DDoS for 9 weeks, you learn how to safeguard yourself properly. Or at least the best you can, because there's no way to really stop it other than dox the people that are doing it. But I digress. Oh yeah, trying to run something like TIOW or anything that Webnight does would kill a 2016 server. Oh my god. Anything before we, in Arma, made the jump from the 32-bit executable to the 64-bit, anything scripted that Webnight is making these days would kill a 32-bit executable. I've seen it because I've had to diagnose people's servers, and they're like, why is it run perfectly for you, but when I try to run it, it murders my frames or my server performance, and then I check their server, and they're still running the 86-bit, aka the 32-bit executable, and I'm like, bruh. Here's your issue. You're running an executable that only lets you run a few megabytes of RAM. You gotta up that to 64, broski. That'll fix your issue. Which, granted, that's also why headless clients existed. Back in the day, it was to get around that issue, but I always, every month, at least once, I get into the argument about headless clients with people. And unless you're running something that has a lot of scripts running in the background, like an excessive amount of Webnight zombie stuff or AI mods, you don't really need a headless client, because now server technology has caught up to the point of you can just get away with wake-up dynamic simulation, toggling your stuff on and off, and you'll be fine. TFAR did run an update. However, you don't have to worry about it as long as you didn't update TeamSpeak. If you updated TeamSpeak to the latest version, then you have to worry about it because of all that fun jazz. Basically, TeamSpeak updated and made it so any APIs that are before its latest version are now defunct for some silly reason, but who the hell knows? Yeah, exactly, Rocker. And in Bolt situation, that's fine. You need a headless client to offload some of that, because otherwise your server is going to be focused on running all those scripts instead of processing people connecting and reconnecting to the server, which is why you can suffer performance drops when people reconnect to servers after they crash, or even desync spikes. Like, I'm going to be honest, for my Starship Trooper campaign, I would actually benefit from a headless client. I'm just too lazy to set one up, to be perfectly honest. If someone handed me one, I know how to, you know, config it and whatnot, but I would need a physical computer for that or just another virtual server, and I'm too lazy. I could probably steal TSBs, to be honest. Just use AWS with Linux. I'm going to be honest, back when I benchmark tested servers between Windows and Linux, I didn't really notice a significant change on server performance between Windows and Linux servers. Don't get me wrong, usually Linux servers are more optimized, but in terms of everything that was executing, I don't know. Okay, I did see a boost in performance. Was it enough for me to have to literally go through and make a Linux-based operating system for the server and then work and basically change all my mod sets through Linux instead? No. No, I'd rather have it more simple with the Windows setup rather than doing it the Linux way. And that's just my personal preference on that point, but, you know, c'est la vie. Also, I'm going to be honest, I do like my server provider. I've stuck with them literally since 2016, and I've heard horror stories from all these other people and all these other server providers, and I literally look at mine and go, I mean, mine occasionally adds a new feature that I either really, really like or I go meh on, but I mean, I think there's only been 3 or 4 outages ever, and 2 of them were because the server centers burnt down. Like, that was something out of their control, and then the other 2 was just the entire, like, Arma-sphere getting DDoSed, or, like, just service providers in general, so it's like, you know, can't do much, but it's funny. I'd say, though, if you want to maximize your performance on your server, just get a dedicated box and config it how you want, and just, you know, mess around with it, because it's not just the server box you have to worry about, it's how you calibrate the network settings, because that will make or break your server. You can have the best server in the world, but if you improperly calibrate the network settings, then no one's going to be able to properly connect to it. And if they do, then they're going to not even be able to get parsed into the actual game. Your network settings in theory are impossible. Yeah, I got a glimpse of one of the Russian black magic servers that can have 220 people on it, and I saw its network settings, and as someone that's done networking for cybersecurity related stuff, I don't understand how they were able to calibrate those settings, but it works, and not only does it work, but it allows for 220 people to connect. And the server stabilizes very quickly after they have to shut everything down when the mission starts to let everything catch up. So I just... some of the stuff I've seen, some of the black magic I've seen in all this is just nuts. But hey, that just goes to show you the length that people will go on this game just to get everything to work. But I'm going to also say this. You have Arma, and then you have Russian Arma. The servers, the mods, the everything is nuts. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Solid Games versus WOG 220 player PvP on my VODS channel. Look at the one round we covered where it was Solid Games, which is the dedicated Russian community. They had stuff tied to RHS that I wish RHS had, but it was RHS quality. They had modernized BMP2s, like they had Cormet launchers on Gazes. Absolutely nuts. Solid Games versus WOG 220 player PvP. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, so this is if you were here for the last week's stream, you saw this mission file try to start, and it didn't really work that well. That's because, again, they were changing the framework, but now they've reset it, so things should be okay. So they have to defend. So, interesting. So there's a sector they have to hold, which is here, and then there is an explosive charge that they have to prevent from going on this bridge. Blue 4 have 3 different spawn locations, a little scouting team there, and then 2 other main groups to come down. 222, I think, spawns up here. But it's a 2-pronged objective. I like this. I like this. And again, for the Zeus Ops I'm doing tonight, if you want to go and sign up for those on my Discord, feel free, and I'll make sure I get you in there. Normally, I DM everyone the TeamSpeak information, and then on the TeamSpeak, I put the server info on. But because there's so many people for 2 ops tonight, I just decided to be lazy and risk the TeamSpeak IP being public for a bit. But again, next month I'm going to cycle the IP out anyway, so literally when I get back, so it's only going to be used for 2 more days, so, you know, I'll cut a corner. Because the guy that DDoSes me, he's busy doing his own thing. All right. So Blue 4 are going to be Germans here. They also have some gun cars. Looks like MG34s on some of these. We got the 222 right here, and we've got an opening artillery barrage to start. Looks like Blue 4's main spawn is going to be over here on this side because the other one they started up there. So this is giving multiple vectors for Blue 4 to come in on, and not just that, but it's so Op 4 doesn't know which route Blue 4 is coming in to take. Or excuse me, Green 4 in this case. Let me go ahead and get the prediction up. Usually I have Don come in, but I think Don has some IRL stuff going on. So let's see. It's going to be Green 4 defending. And I just realized that I was about to put the Blue 4 category in the red sector, and I don't want you colorblind people to freak out over that, so let's go. So, let's go ahead and look at the roster here. So the briefing here, Battle of Hegra Fortress was a 25-day engagement in the 1940 Norwegian campaign, which saw a small force of Norwegian volunteers fighting numerically superior German forces from a fortified position. After initial fighting around the Merkur line, railway line, the Norwegians pulled back to Hegra Fortress to and held off further German attacks before surrendering on the 5th of May as one of the last Norwegian units active in southern Norway. Area of operations, a scaled-down version of the real-life AO with the fortress, the river, and 2 road bridges all present. Note, this is a custom game mode where both sides have attacking objectives to complete. Interesting. Green 4 must destroy the bridge as part of their retreat, which is exactly what happened in real life. To do so, a player must walk up to the barrel underneath of the bridge and select set charge. This is something they had in their Vietnam mission framework a few months ago, by the way, at which point a countdown, which can be paused at any time by the opposing interacting in the same way with the barrel, will begin. If the timer reaches 0, there will be a short delay before the bridge explodes. Be warned that explosion kills any units within 80 meters of the bridge. Damn. Should Green 4 fail to destroy the bridge, the best results are subsequently able to achieve a draw. See mission rules for all possible outcomes. Blue 4 simply need to capture the fortress sector as per add sector game mode. They can also obviously guarantee at least a draw by defusing the charge under the bridge and preventing the opposing team from settling it again. So we have draws in play here. Raptor, thanks for the raid, buddy. What were you playing? Green 4 needs at least, Green 4 needs to at least have 8 players in the capture zone in order to resume the bridge charge. This is coded in the mission file. Possible mission outcomes. Blue 4 capture fortress, Blue 4 wins. Blue 4 wipes Green 4, Blue 4 wins. So if you still wipe your opponent, you win by default anyway. And Blue 4 fail to capture fortress, Green 4 destroy bridge, Green 4 win, Blue 4 fails to capture fortress, and 4 fails to destroy bridge. It's also a draw. So in the event there's a draw, I just refund the prediction and everyone gets their points back. Interesting. I like this type of multi-objective here. Though I'm a little confused with the fact that I guess this means Blue 4 literally has to race down to the bridge itself here because Green 4 is literally right next to the bridge. So that's a bit weird. I think this is just meant to be a tested objective here, so it's still meant to be Blue 4 attacks this area. But yeah, we could just see the 222 barrel down the road and immediately cover the bridge. But I think this is, again, just to test the idea of it in the first place. And we see people launching each other, which is quite funny. Anyway, Blue 4 are going to be our German kids here. Wehrmacht early uniforms here. Loadout's going to be Kar 98s with some Walter P38s. Support auto riflemen are going to get the MP40 as the quote-unquote auto rifle. Because normal FNF logic with modern day, you usually have Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie have an auto rifleman. Let's say if they're a US unit. They would get the M249, and then Delta, the medium machine gunners, get the 240 Bravo. For World War II, they have the auto riflemen be submachine gunners, and then the medium machine gunner just have the machine gun. So in this case, for the Germans, it's the MP40. For the quote-unquote auto riflemen, the submachine gunners, and Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, and then the Delta machine gunners get the MG34. Light anti-tank is going to be the Panzerfaust, and crew and aviation get an MP40. So the crew of the 222 are going to get MP40s as well. Assets are going to be 5 Cubble wagons with MG34. A 222, which has, AP and HE ammo. Knowing Mound, they probably ripped out the HE ammo and just replaced it with AP ammo. And they've also got 4 transport Opel trucks here. There is nothing on Op 4. Green 4 are going to be our Norwegian uniforms here. They've got Krag Jorgensen 1894s, which are bolt-action rifles here. Probably butchered that name. I apologize. They got 1914 handguns. They've got a Madison 1914 LMG for the auto rifleman, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, and then the machine gunners, they got the 1922, which is a slightly upgraded version. Looks like 8 years apart. And then crew and aviation, they don't have any crew and aviation people, otherwise they'd get Stens. Now, looking at the roster here, we got John commanding. I've never seen him command. We'll see how he does. Major Khan is going to be the Alpha Marksman, which is a Kar 98 scoped. Interesting. There's no other leadership with an Alpha, so Swolo is going to be leading Alpha 1 with Gazog, Bar, Tackleberry, Flaninja, and Banks. And it looks like, I think that is a G43, or that might be a G41. No, it's also, no, it's a Kar 98, but it has a rifle grenade adapter there to launch rifle grenades. Interesting. He's the, Flaninja has it, and then Banks is the explosive specialist, but he has a regular Kar 98. Interesting. So we leading Alpha 2 with Rubino, Alexandru, Metro, who has his handgun out, who also has the rifle grenade adapter. Okay, and Grip. I think they're also switching weapons out here, because we see Grip here with the MP38, and then Banks has a Kar 98. Otherwise, Lusod leading Bravo. He's merged everyone together. So he's got Pro Hunter, RB, Solomons, Hermanos, Camred, Barrett, Thompson, and Marty together here. These guys have some AT. That's light anti-tank.
I think it would go pretty hard.
And they're just checking all that. Flux is going to be leading Charlie with Guy Fieri as the 2IC, Korvac as the marksman, and Bayant as the medic. Arma Jesus leading Charlie with Maz, Zoni, Schnuffles, Moneyman, Novix, and King. Puma leading Charlie 2 with Kat, Cindy, Daedalus, and Dobbs. So basically, Scandi Recon and Charlie 2, Papega Pirates and Charlie 1 and Charlie Actual. So they've put all the best players under Blue 4 Charlie, so that's going to be the group to watch. Muscle leading Delta with Ghost as the 2IC and Phoenix as the medic. Lolo leading Delta 1 with Sam, Charlotte, Seismo, and Kiri. Charlotte and Kiri being going to rock the MG34s in Delta 1. Delta 2 is going to have Wheaton and Terra rock the MG34s with Anderson leading, and Revis as a rifle assistant. Same with Seismo and Sam. They're going to have extra ammo for the MG34s. Delta 1, or excuse me, Gamma 1 has Alexander, G-Legs, and Reapers and Sandy. They're going to be the crew of the 222 car here. Otherwise, looking over at Green 4, scrolling down, we got Pierce leading the defense. All right. Patriot as Alpha's leadership here. I just want to quickly look to see their weaponry. Got some old howitzers in this base as well. That's quite nice. Patriot leading Blam is going to be the marksman. Looks like he's got a lawn scope, though he's glitching in the bunker a little bit as he tries to move through all this stuff. Trying to get an eye on his scope, but again, his angle's being a bit funky. We'll find someone else. Grav and Vagrant being the only people in Alpha 1. Looks like they're merging with Alpha Actual just to make that into a 4-man team. Norris leading Bravo. He's going to have a Sten Mark II. Sablon is another marksman. You can see the scope right there. That's a better shot of it. Soyboy being the medic, and Bates is going to be an explosive specialist in Bravo. Looks like he's merged from potentially Bravo 1. Bravo 2 being led by Rookie with Ungrim, Zevik. There's one of the Madisons there.
Oh yeah. No, I seen the one where it's like a
it's the 1914
double shotgun.
I'm talking about the gun there. Oh, it's Zevix, Nigel Panther, Kissing, Friesno, and Hunt over here. Kissing, he's got what looks like a Lee Enfield. I think that might be the grenadier weapon capable of firing rifle grenades. Otherwise, NASA leading Charlie with Sky Online as the 2IC, Kermit as the marksman, and Pogo as the medic. Lolo leading Charlie 1 with Audi, Sayak, Depso, Tim Kappa, and Tymek. Newton leading Charlie 2 with Nicholas, Eloy, Roderick, Alipuz, and Puma. Steve leading Delta with Descartes, as the medic. Soliel being Delta 1's leader with Snajapair and Nolik. I think they don't have a machine gunner symbol for this, so Nolik is leading with the Sen. And then you got Soliel and Snajapair taking the Madison M1922s. And then Mike leading Delta 2 with Pepit and Kabubi taking the other Madisons there. And then we've got an Echo. Echo has basically extra rifle AT grenades. Not rifle AT, excuse me, just AT grenades themselves. And they're going to try to find and counter the 222. So that's Morgan leading Lurch, who is only a rifleman, but he's got this big backpack filled with AT grenades. And then he's got Arcor and Oddball, who I'd imagine also have rifle, or excuse me, I keep saying rifle, my bad, AT grenades. Because you see Blue 4 is here, Independent doesn't have any, but Blue 4 doesn't have an Echo team, so this is moot. But it said in the mission file that they would get AT grenades. So you got to be careful with AT grenades too, because they're also anti-infantry weapons with a short range. But if there's any infantry near it, they're going to die. They're going to die pretty hard. Madsen is pronounced Masson. Thank you for letting me know, Stalker. I don't know these things because, again, all of these weapons are made by various different countries, various different manufacturers, various different languages. So I don't always know how to pronounce it with my poor English accent here. Or I guess American. Now we simply have to wait with bated breath. Alright. No, I think the artillery pieces here are just for show. Looks like you got one partially in this trench over here. Whoops. Well, that'd be fun if we could see the howitzers in action. We also saw some vehicles hidden in here. These appear to be... It's a troop carrier, but then it has benches on the top as well. And then it's got a frontal armored machine gun. These are definitely World War I era vehicles. Damn. So I'd imagine Green 4 is literally going to have a force charge right down, take their objective, and then come back into their defensive line. This is just going to be a pseudo Blue 4 hitting that area here. What I'm concerned about is with this bridge immediately destroyed, does that mean they're going to have to use the 222 to find a different bridge to cross it over? How is the 222 going to get across the river at this point? But then again, another viable tactic might be just to put the 222 on the cliffside and then fire through the tree line at the base. I mean, you could also, right here it's a little low, but you might be able to find some angles to engage that fortification. I doubt it, though. You would probably want to bring the 222 up this little path right here and see if you can angle the gun through the trees, because, again, there's quite a few open spots you could potentially engage from. So it might not even need to cross. But anyway, the barrel is right here. Not trying to be a wise guy, but James Masson was a Danish design, and I'm Danish. I get you, buddy. I get you. You want that representation. I get it. I appreciate you correcting me so I can, you know, do it the right way. Fun random fact. That's why I kind of like streaming publicly and all this stuff, because you guys correct me, and other people have asked, well, doesn't that get annoying at times, especially other YouTubers? And I'm like, no. Because I'm not going to know everything. I'm just some American sitting in a basement doing a bunch of Arma 3 PvP. Please don't Arma yourselves, you chuckleheads. But I want to know what the right answer is so I can, you know, hone my craft and do it the right way. So I appreciate it, you guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Learning is fun. Yeah, unlike what they taught me in the American education system, actual learning is pretty fun, but not the frickin' memorize this crap your test is in a week. Good luck remembering it for that super final you have at the end where you have to regurgitate it all again because we're going to move on to the next topic. Ugh. Hate it. Yeah, Malin, I saw it, and I'm gonna be honest, Malin, I'm disappointed. Because they got rid of a core mechanic in Arma 3. Arma-ing vehicles each other. It's literally called you Arma a vehicle, and they took it away from us. I will literally download a mod that changes the physics back to how it should be. Where you Arma the vehicle. Mark my words.
Do we have to manually go up to them, though?
Alright, round started.
You have to go on go, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a staple, though. I mean, again, I can count on 2 hands the amount of times I've set vehicles to invincible and they still explode because my player base finds a way.
Charge is set.
Let's get right here.
That's charge one.
Yeah, see, so like right here. It should be right here. At this crossroads, right here.
I think there's only 1 charge I have to set, so...
Hey, we should definitely get into cover in case the Germans roll up.
Yeah.
Also, it said it was like an 80-meter thing, but we'll see.
Hey, Kitsoy, go with your commander over there.
Yeah, Blue 4 convoy is going to take forever for whatever reason. I think they're trying to get to the coast, maybe. Yep, and then they're going to drive up this route.
Did it die? It died?
They just killed their engine by driving through the water. All right, Germans lose an MG-34 car to the river. It looks like they just got it fixed. Are they dismounting here? That's gonna be one long freaking walk. Honestly, you could probably drive up to this position and be fine, but I also don't get, why is there an unconscious guy? What? but...
Got ran over.
He got ran over. All right, Blue 4 made it down. Explosive happened, and the bridge is down. Dang, sorry I missed that. Too busy watching chuckleheads hit each other here. No, I think the Vic ran him over on accident. You got Norris down here. We just heard a bullet impact as well, potentially double tap into one of his arms. If it hit his torso or head, he'd be dead, though. We have Kissing here, who is feigning unconsciousness.
1 week away.
I woke running.
Norris woke back up. He's trying to pull back. And Green 4 have set up these defensive lines over on this road, thinking the Germans are going to come from down there. Little do they know. They're now trying to order themselves to head back to the castle. You got Echo right here camping the road. Might try to do some AT grenading, but it looks like Blue 4 is going to be doing early dismount. No. Interesting Blue 4 strategy. But it looks like he's trying to get everyone's attention to come back. Because they're realizing moving on foot like that might take too long, but either way. That vehicle went up. Lurch might try to throw an AT grenade on it. Honestly, I'd risk that for the biscuit at this point. They're throwing AT grenades all around. And they just blew themselves up with it too.
Okay.
And then Flux just ran in and murdered everyone.
Fired me 2 times 30.
Oh my!
Katie, is it not working? Hello?
Oh my God! Hardcore throws another one.
Stop the
Oh, that's funny as hell. Oh, but cats! What was that pause?
Yeah, I know.
What? Okay. You got Patriot running up here with the Sten. He's the leader of Alpha all the way up here. It looks like there's some other Alpha elements around. And he might end up right in front of this, You got a grenade, buddy. It's gonna go long, could get RB. More grenades getting up here. And you hear that 222 firing off.
276.
Oh, yeah, yep. Reloading. I see a guy, what, like 27...
So they're scouting. I don't think it has any magnified optics, so they got to have the commander basically walk the shots in.
Hey, this is Grenadiers. Martin, fire towards the white building, but put it far. They're moving behind us.
So Green Force still has a big chunk of forces out, but they need to pull back. He's dropped his radio so it doesn't get captured. Smart. And I think the other half of his team, one of the guys died over here. That was Blam. So now he's drawing fire from everyone over here, but we can see where the auto cannon's firing off into here. That's making a Kabubi run around, but looks like he did get a kill here. And we still have a big chunk of Blue 4 guys in reserve.
Someone just made. I mean, that could work. if we move on the bottom there, there's a lot of trees. They might not.
Yeah, that's what Alpha likes to do as well. Maybe we can support each other with the cross.
So some squads are just trying to figure out how they're gonna basically push this position.
We can easily cross. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Or if not, they just run up.
Ho ho ho! Cats heard that. I think Vagrant's out of ammo. And he gets dropped. Bullets don't go through the water. You're going to have to drag them out. Something just exploded out here. Might have been some explosive traps or something, but Green 4 might break down from that position. Vagrant wakes back up.
Okay, guys, get in position.
Goes up for oxygen and then dives again.
Okay, cover, guys. Cover Charlie. Cover Charlie.
Come on. I'm good. No, you're not.
And we still got Patriot.
Enemies have moved northwest. Probably the full squad. There's still the Puma to my east.
Looks like they're suppressing that Green 4 that were potentially over there, but they've since pulled back.
Hey, they're crossing the river. Pierce, they're crossing the river.
They see Vagrant. I think he's going to start engaging. You can hear them on yelling. No way. That's awfully risky. I think they got Vagrant, yep. If I was in Patriot's position, I would honestly play defensively. I'd pick up an enemy weapon, wait for people to start shooting, and then start systematically taking people out. So like in this gunfire here, I'd find the guy on the closest part of the rear, snipe him, see if anyone noticed. But I think he's going to keep it stealthy. I think he's going to lay low for now, because he already burned all of his grenades earlier. And he got this force out here. I'm curious, how many kills does the gunner have too? Nice. They're trying to utilize this crossing point. Hit the guy on the rear and then hit the front one. No one's looking. He missed. All right, so green 4 on the other side. Looks like they've started pushing with forces here. We got a grenade battle going on. Those are tin can grenades. Oh, but he got spotted by Major Khan! Oh! Oh, I was hoping. And he didn't even kill Swola. Oh. Here's the thing, though. In situations like that, you can't predict what's going to happen. There's too many people. There's too many variables. You don't know what might happen. Looking at the times of the missions, though, I don't think I'll have time to cover the third round because I gotta then double back and, well, the armor server's already set up, but I have to get people situated. Lolo suppressing up here as these green 4 guys try to stop him. Blue 4 having a lot of forces starting to head up to the castle. Again, if Blue 4 takes the castle... You know, I want to look at something real quick, though. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this is already going to be a draw game and Blue 4 has to completely wipe green 4, but we'll see. More tin can grenades. And now Blue 4 is pushing up. They actually found command. And I think just killed Pierce. Yep. Other guy just got dropped. Nolik trying to go prone. Arma Jesus on point. Spots him and takes him out. He's still on con. We need to see a follow-up shot. And there it is by Nolik. It's Novik, my bad. Long range shooting from the 222, suppressing him. Really nasty position. Now you got the forces over here trying to hit. I wonder who's over here. This is Grav. So he ended up pulling all the way back over to here, but now he's kind of completely out of position. Whoa, NASA just charged up there. A little bit of desync going on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
What is going on?
Fun detected. Server has recalibrated accordingly. Yellow chaining.
No, don't move, don't move.
You know, it's hard to say. It wasn't an instantaneous crash, which means it wasn't a random, whatchamacallit. What's the term? It wasn't a random status access violation that killed the server. It was definitely a gradual hit there. A quick gradual hit. But we still see the servers actually trying to recover when you see people going back and forth. And my game just crashed. I got a status access violation. Ha! F indeed. I'm gonna reboot my mod set here, try to get back on the server, and we'll see what's up. Maybe they'll go to the server round 3, and we'll be able to cover that, but I don't know. That that feels too quick for a DDoS, but at the same time, if it's a very powerful DDoS, it can knock down a server that quickly. But anyway, because of that interruption, I'm gonna go ahead and refund it, because that is the server interruption. So we're just going to go ahead and delete it and return all the points. I don't know, but you got to think about like what potentially caused that. I know there's a few things in IFA. We saw in OFCRA, for example, they were having some pretty nasty issues when they looked in a certain direction and rendered certain assets that were causing people to crash like that. But that was just something instantaneous on the server side. The fact my stream's still going, I got no dropped frames, which means it wasn't anything server recovered. Okay. Well, I was a little quick there to delete the prediction, but at the same time, with an interruption like that, I think it's also fair to just refund it immediately, because that little desync spike can, you know, cause issues like that. So looks like I don't wait in stream. Righto. Alright, so we'll just jump back in and finish covering round 2. I just gotta wait for my Arma to boot, because it's stuck on initializing add-ons. I don't know if it might just be my client or what, but I've noticed over the past few weeks, Arma's performed a little worse. Like, my computer's a lot slower to boot these days. At least for Arma. On booting itself, it's fine, but booting Arma just feels a little slower. But again, could just be me. Maybe it's some CPU or graphics card degradation. Probably CPU, knowing that, knowing how Arma runs. Nah, it wasn't the frags. It could have also just been someone's network connection having a hiccup, too. I've seen desync spikes like that happening, and then the server immediately recovers. But it's weird that it then kicked me off like that, but hey, you know, it happens. Your immense skill with a finished sniper overloaded the server. But yeah, like, there's 25 blue 4 and 12 green 4 on at the moment. So I am kind of happy I neutralized the connection, because I think a lot of people just got kicked off of the server itself. Yeah. Yeah, like, a lot of people got kicked, so that wouldn't be fair to leave the prediction still going, so I'm glad I refunded
Adrian
it.
Carton to VR, British veteran of the Boer War, First and Second World War, was shot in the face, head, stomach, ankle, leg, hip and ear, survived 2 plane crashes and tumbled out of a prisoner of war camp, tore off his own fingers when the doctor wouldn't amputate them. In his journal he wrote, "Quite frankly, I enjoyed the war."
Christ. Lone Survivor, thanks for a 35-month resub, also known as Azariah. Thank you for the fun fact there as well, but I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this. Sydney gets shot in the face as Sayek, and it's turned into a CQC match. That's fair, Korvac. Tymek jumps and sticks the landing. Unfortunately, his legs weren't able to pick him up, and he decides to become unconscious. And Martin, I'm not sure if that grenade's gonna get him. It might. The grenades wakes Tymek back up. Martin crawls under the truck. And machine guns Martin's legs. Damn. You gotta be careful. Those Norwegian machine gun cars can really kick your ass there. Darn. But again, funny enough, this means we're going to be able to cover round 3, because my op doesn't start for another 80 minutes, so I think we'll be able to squeeze round 3 in. Because I think this is about to be over in 45 seconds. But again, even if we reconnected and we saw this, it wouldn't be fair to make a payout based off of the server doing that. Maz gets turned into Swiss cheese. Now Timek's on a roll. Double tap galore. Ash fails to throw a grenade. Runs over. Gets caught in a reload. Tymek doesn't evade the MP40. And he is left to be uncon. And who's this driving out over here? Alexander. Ah. I see. The 222 is now joyriding. And the sector is taken. I know it says Blue 4-1, but I'm going to be honest. The server won.
Hello?
Alright. So, we'll see how things go with that, and we'll wait for the mission to park up, but... yeah, considering another 10 minutes to do things, let me check what time did I put my Arma 3 up, because I might have actually put it at 7. I think I did 6:30, though. So apparently the server lost internet connection for 2 seconds, and that's what caused that issue, by the way. So nothing malicious there. That is the risk with the dedicated box. If the internet gets cut, then it's going to be SOL there at that point. Let's see, announcements. Let me look at. I put it for 6:30. Okay, so that is in an hour and 19 minutes. So, yeah, we should be fine. Oh, we just have to see a third mission, but if it gets drawn out, then I can just jump out. But, I mean, the server is prepped and ready to go. I literally just have to give it a restart, but it's already set to the proper mission file and whatnot. But speaking of, let me go ahead, because I know I have some people jumping in late on the roster, so I'm going to quickly get them sorted. You know, I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting to have a near full roster of for the volunteer op, because it was just meant to be a late night flashlight test, but here I am with a shit ton of slots for it, and I'm like, damn, all right. That's funny. I'll take it. But a lot more people showed up to that slot than I thought would, so I might open that up as a dedicated slot going forward, so we'll see.
Liru, just in case you were wondering what happened with the server there, because I think it's funny.
Kiri shot me a message. Apparently the server lost connection for 2 seconds and kicked everyone out with high ping. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, and I hate that there's nothing I could do about it. But here we are.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Okay.
All right. And then let me put a quick note. All right, cool. All right, that's all situated. Now, let's see what we got here. Carelia. I am unfamiliar with that map. And let me go ahead and put my intermission thingy up. That is the wrong page. I need to do that from here and then hit this button. And I'm going to assume it worked. All right, this is round 3 where... Op 4 is attacking 3 blue 4 sectors. Op 4 has a 15% numbers advantage. It's probably Soviets versus Germans. But they've got 2 Stug 3s, all right. Actually, and that's it. 50% number advantage and 2 Stug 3s, while Op 4 has 2 T-34s and an armored car. Alright, cool. Yeah, I know horror ops are popular, but the thing is I usually have a bunch of op slots that I have voted out, and the Friday night slot isn't that popular. But I need to do fill-ins for this week because earlier in the week I was busy with my normal slots, but, you know, if this is going to be a late night Friday slot, I might move horror stuff to this time slot. So we'll see. But I am looking to open 1 or 2 additional Zeus slots for other things down the road. So if I can move things to other things, again, just massive balancing of everything. So we'll get there when we get there. All right. Otherwise, we'll cover the last round. Hopefully, we'll start on time. In the event this goes to the end of the game and I have to leave to go do my Zeus op, I will I will just delete the prediction instead of properly paying it out. Or Malin can tell me who wins. I'll trust him to do that, but, you know, we'll go from there. I wouldn't mind just telling my guys, hey, I'm going to push the mission back by 10 minutes, but because I have a second mission after it, and that one I don't want to push back too late, you know, if I push one thing, I gotta push everything else, and that just throws more people's schedules down the line, so I'd rather just make the change, and we'll see how things go. Oh, Op 4 has the number advantage, not Blue 4. My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, yeah, I completely wrote that wrong. 1 second. My bad. There we go. Good catch. This will be round 3. And again, might have to leave a little early, but we'll see how things go. Gee, so the tanks are even. Op 4 also gets an armored car, and Op 4 also has a bunch of extra infantry. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, man, this evening's gonna be nuts. The last ship is a bit of an easier Zeus thing because I just watch everything. The horror op, though, I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of micro, and then I need to do a dev stream to finish up tomorrow's Zeus mission files. Make a few small additions to Karma Cut's file, get that exported and sent to him, and then the Undead Assault 3 test stop. There's 20 features I could add, and I just gotta pick and choose which ones I want to do. Whew. Yeah, and the armored car. There's a few different things it could possibly be. I think it's going to be a BT-13. Or it might be a BK-13. I forget the designation. But it's basically a car with a DP-27 system on it. Lightly armored. A tank could one-shot it, but against infantry, it can slaughter them pretty quickly. Here. While I wait, I will give you guys a random fun fact. Did you know that there are more planes in the water than there are submarines in the sky? Please follow and subscribe for more fun facts. And again, the Jeep could be a 30 cal, but I don't think so. I think Op 4 already has a lot of assets here. Blue 4, I mean, they're going to have to rely on those Stugs. You'd like your Twitch Prime back for that? No refunds. Sorry. Who has more planes, the sky or the ocean floor? It's a good question. You have to run that number based off of estimated plane losses and everything, too. And what would constitute as a plane if a plane disintegrates and the debris lands in the water? Hard to say. Oh god, is that Mr. Anti-Polish himself? Oh boy. We'll see how things go. I was also kind of hoping after FNF I could make myself some coffee, but I don't think I'll have the time, so I'll just have to figure it out. Oh, this is a small AO too. All right. Blue 4 is defending 3 battle lines here. What is this map? Oh, this is the map that has Cherno completely remade with World War II buildings. Respect that. I respect that. And Op 4 is literally just going to push in right here with a bunch of infantry and T-34s. Blue 4 has an abandoned sawmill, a road checkpoint, and an eastern trench line to defend, and then the Jaeger infantry. They did not as... No. Bullshit. I don't see any news about that, but that's just a bunch of media outlets bitching about it. DM me an image. I want to see it. It better be next to the Titanic or something, and it better be poorly photoshopped in. Look, for the record, did you guys know that a boat filled with 750 migrants from the Middle East capsized near, while it was trying to head to Greece? That happened a few weeks ago, and it got barely like half a day's worth of attention. Meanwhile, this submarine thing has gotten quadruple that, and I'm just kind of sitting here like, this is kind of weird how easy the media can sway everyone's attention. But anyway. Well, duh, they're not rich. Exactly. But anyway, enough about that. So this is the B tier BK-13, and it's got the little cannon on it. It's got 2 sets of MGs, the DP-27s. But anyway, let's go ahead. But yeah, anyway. This whole submarine thing's just a damn meme. Nothing's been right ever since Harambe died, but it's a BA-10. That's it. Thank you, Freak. I kept forgetting. Anyway, this is the final round. I'll do my best to cover it. Also, I need to put the prediction up. So who won this FNF match? Blue 4 is once again defending, and Op 4 is attacking. 15 minutes. No server option because I'm stingy. And let's go ahead and get this through. So, made by Maz, background on 13th of June. Soviet 21st Army's offensive reached the partially completed VT line at Kurtleska. What? Kurtleselka. That's it. Historically, a defensive position was breached at the same word I just used by June 15th. Though the line was breached, the Finnish resistance managed to delay further Soviet advances through a counterattack and other delaying actions. Can the Finnish players repeat history and delay the Soviet advance? Wait, so they're Finnish. Okay. Or can the Soviet players break through completely and deploy their attack, possibly encircling Finnish forces? It all depends on the use of both sides' armored force. Game mode is Ad Sector. How Ad Sector works is attackers have to get a number advantage in the sector. Once they do, a 90-second timer will start counting down. If at any point that timer gets interrupted via the attackers losing the number advantage, the timer is then reset back to 90 seconds and will start counting down again when the attackers have the number advantage in the sector once more. Once the sector is taken, the defenders can no longer capture it. Attackers win by taking all of the sectors on the map or killing all the enemy forces. Defenders win by holding at least one sector to the end of the game or killing all the offensive forces. Otherwise, with that all said, let's go back into the mission variables here. Is there an Echo on either side? We do have Blue 4 Echo, and we do have Op 4 Echo. So Blue 4's Echo is going to be a Panzerschreck, and Op 4's Echo is going to be an M1A1 bazooka. All right, so Blue 4 kits, we're going to start off with them over here. They are going to be, once again, Finnish forces here. So their loadout is going to be Mosin Nagants and Lottie handguns here. M26s for the Aller Riflemen and the Delta Machine Gunners. PSHP, single-shot AT disposable weapons there, and then the Sumoi KP-31 machine guns, or submachine guns, excuse me, for crew and aviation. We also saw some of them on leadership. Otherwise, they get 2 of these Strun 3 late variant tanks. Interesting. And they appear to only have 75mm HE and AP shells. I'm trying to see where they spawned. Ah, they're all the way back there. Cool looking tank. It's got a thing that moves it basically left and right, but it's frontal fixed here. But an interesting armament where they have that much AP shells. We'll see if they can make the difference. But it looks like they don't have any coax weaponry. They don't have any machine guns, so it's literally just a mobile cannon with no machine gun tied to it. So maybe the crewman can turn out and fire his submachine gun? Hard to say, but that's tough. Yeah, it's just a tank destroyer. Huh, neat. Otherwise, looking over at OPT4, their uniforms are our Soviet summer uniform kits made by Maz. Loadout's going to be Mo's Nagant's TT-33s, PPSHs, and DP-27s. Their weaponry are including T-34s with some DT drums. Might have been saying DP. I could have sworn it was... Is it DP or DT? Either way. We also have the BA-10, which has a 45mm cannon, and those two weapons as well. 4 transport trucks and a Willy transport car, probably on Lend-Lease from the United States. Otherwise, looking at the roster here, Vagrant's going to be commanding, Grab's going to be the 2IC, Pierce leading Alpha, Patriot as the marksman with a scoped Mosin Nagant. Ducat's going to be the medic. Nolik, no leadership in Alpha 1, so it's Nolik Soel, Mike, and Snodge paired together. No leadership in Alpha 2, so it's Norris, Hunt, Bar, and Flaninja together. John is going to be leading Bravo with Korvac as the 2IZ that get the SVTs. Flux is going to be the marksman. Armageddon is leading Bravo 1 with Guy Fury, Brett, Moneyman, and King. No Bravo 2. NASA is going to be leading Charlie with Sky Online, Timek, Pogo, Underscore, and Wombat. Kermit's going to be leading Charlie 1 with Sayak, Lolo, Depso, and Zixmi also playing. Hermanos leading Delta, with Waldo and Thompson merged under him, probably from Delta 2, because this is a machine gunner role. And then Roderick, Solomons, and RB have all merged under Delta 1 to take the other 3 machine guns. Probably going to join under Delta Actual soon. Puma is going to be leading the AT team, with Katz being the AT gunner, Oliver Daedalus and Cindy being the assistants. So Scandi Recon OPT4 as well. Pro Hunter under Alpha 3-3 probably is one of the tank crews instead of Gamma 1 because it probably bugged out. Cameron and Martin joining him. Second crew is going to be Bant and Maz being the second group. And we got Bates, Sablon, and Soy Boy. I'd assume they're going to take the other tank, and then Bay and Maz are going to take the Vic, but looking here, they're taking the tank here, so I guess they're going to 3-man the armored car, which I guess is fair. Fresno leading Blue 4, Blam leading Alpha with G-Legs as the marksman, Swede leading Alpha 2 with Rubino, Metro, Alexanderu, and Grip, Rookie leading Bravo with Major Khan, Ungrim, Snigel Panther, and Kissing under Bravo 2. No leadership there. Kiri leading Delta with Anderson being the medic. Alexander leading Delta 2 with Seismo, Lolo, Morgan, and Lurch together. Muscle being the leadership for Delta 2 with Wheaton, Ghost, Tierra, and Revis. Echo's Matt team is going to be Ash leading Swola as the gunner with Banks and Gazag as the assistants. And then we've got Steve, Kabubi Face, and Pepit as one of the tank gunners, and Sam, Hardcore, Reapers, and Sandy with the second one. Take the Bezos bucks. I love that, Nush. Thanks so much for the 4-month resub with Twitch Prime. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Take the Bezos bucks. That's pretty good. So we have a drawn defensive line here with markers, but the trenches are a little further back. Oh, we got some impact craters as well with some filled in dirt, I guess, to... so you don't have it clipped into the floor and showing the ground. They've done that for a little bit of texture. That's actually a really nice idea. I'm going to steal that. But we just have only, it looks like, a frontal defensive line with the actual sectors being the trenches. So very small AO here. Soviets far, not far at all, actually. So we could see this do a very quick round, and then you know, we take a quick break, and then we start the Zeus op. Take a quick break after that, start the second Zeus op. Otherwise, OPT4, they've got some open ground to work with here for putting their tanks on good overwatch positions, their armored car on good overwatch positions too. They've got a riverbed they can put forces up here, but these open fields are going to be a little problematic for OPT4 pushing in. We might see a southern flank down here as well, and we're actually limited on this area over here. We could see some Soviet forces try to get in close, but there's going to be a danger crossing right here that all of the Blue 4 armed positions can try to counter. We might also see an open field push around Over here, we got a little bit of defilade to work with right here, which... Wow, actually... Yeah, so you barely get some of this defilade to work with here. You can kind of see it on the map based off of where this little bend is, so you can sneak forces around on that side, get them on the forest, and then try to route them down. But there's just a lot of open areas on this map. And that's why I think Op4 has such a high number advantage, because Blue 4 can easily fortify that. But Blue 4 is 80 to 90% bolt action rifles. They've got only one auto rifle per group unless it's Delta, in which case they get 4. Oh, and apparently there are HE shells in play today. So it's basically whoever's going to have more tanks, because if the T-34s start putting HE shells in the trench lines, then Blue 4's screwed. But one thing I'm a little worried about is Blue 4's tank spawns. Op 4 might have a minute prior to Blue 4's tanks arriving to be able to put in some free shells and potentially get some early on kills. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. I think Blue 4 is also going to be risking getting overextended along these 3 sectors, because if they fold one, you might see Op 4 try to tactically flank around, hit that one open sector, and then there's a second breach that Blue 4 has to worry about, and they're going to be overextended in their defense line now that that new defense line has opened up. So, tough call.
Let me get company. This is legitimately an undefendable position.
I don't even know. Yeah.
This is Alpha the company.
Yeah. Don't worry. We can kill them when they come.
Very, very hard.
Like, we can
Alpha the company.
Like.
So they're being told that this is practically undefendable. This is better for that line, but it can easily be flanked by the road because these guys, again, they can use the riverbed to get right on top of that position. So I think moving here would be better to cover that position's flaws, and then covering that position to watch this open area here, and then you just make an impromptu defensive line with the Ace Fortify tool here to basically stopgap anything that comes in. So beyond that, that's the line they want to make because this is an overextended position. Now, will they use Ace Fortify to make those defensive lines? I don't know. Do they even have the resources to do it? No, they don't, because it's set to 0. Oh, that's cruel, Maz. That's very, very cruel. From there, they're probably going to have to use the houses here. But even then, they don't have good sight lines because these bushes are in the way. So, to me, here's the deal. It's another... No, it's not, because all of the attackers, they've got Pepega Pirates and Scandia Recon. They also have Zixme with the OFCRA crew. They have some really bloodthirsty people on Op 4. And Blue 4 might not have the best positions to lock them down. Maybe we'll see Blue 4's tank destroyers outperform the T-34s, but even then, this is going to be tough. Grenades, depending on where you put them, do flatten some bush textures, but they won't flatten this tall grass. It, again, depends on the texture, which is quite tough.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Is company command back on net?
They're out of the map. They're ridge. I mean, I know it's out of the safe start, but it's out of the map. Can we move there?
They're talking about potentially moving up to here. I'm going to be honest, the Blue 4 counterattack is very risky. Because it's all forest right here, so it's a pretty even fight. And I don't think Blue 4 has the manpower to risk that, but we might see it. But usually, when you're fighting Scandia or Pepega in terrain like this, they're going to dominate you. It's rare where they don't, but especially considering...
Control G. Okay.
I mean, I can't say it, though, because in round 1 we saw that Op 4 had a technology superiority with weaponry, but Blue 4 still rolled them. But at the same time, that's because the weapons were given to Pepega and Scandi. And we saw them literally take the PPSHs and still dominate. So now that they have them by default... I don't know. This can get very messy very quickly. What are your guys' thoughts? I feel like if Blue 4 had the manpower, they could easily lock down these open fields, but because it's the third round and we just had a server crash and that's going to dishearten a few people, or it wasn't a crash, but it was a temporary loss of connection, and, you know, some people are finicky. I don't think Blue 4 has the manpower to fully defend. We see them taking the other 2 sectors, but there's too many variables with the tanks as well, but this is going to be a quick round. I just feel like between the 2 tanks and the armored car is probably going to be sniped, but Blue 4 also doesn't really have any good positions to put those tanks because they're going to have to drive in. Maybe they'll drive around this side and try to get through these open fields, but the defilade cover is really going to work in Op4's advantage. And right off the bat, we're seeing 1 truck filled with Alpha heading around the northern side, so I think they're going to try that northern flank I saw earlier. Blue 4 opting to really hold this position, but again, I feel like it's an old sawmill from the looks of things. Nope, Alpha's gonna use the riverbed to move up. Okay. I wanna watch the macro here to see where the tanks go. We've got the armored car and other transports heading around over here. Charlie is going to come up from this ridge position. This is going to be really, really bloody because that's also a position that the tanks are going to be able to overwatch. So I think that's why the Op4 tanks are coming up it as well. That's going to be the tank fight. And I think some of the tanks have infantry loaded up as well. Yep. Isn't that cool? Now we're opting to dismount the infantry right here. South on top of the hill's your own dude, you chucklehead. Did they just...
I just tapped in. I tapped in. You just fucking... I hit him with a ricochet. I didn't hit him. I tapped in, dude. I tapped in to play my music. Is there enemies on? Oh, there's enemies on the trenches. They're in the trenches.
Remember, guys, if you just yell you tapped in.
I'm having an amazing room to experience block. That is fucking.
Tank's not firing. They got to be careful, though, because if infantry are in front of them, they're going to overpressure them. Then you got these guys charging. HE shells landing. Now you got their own tanks firing at the infantry. So both sides have HE shells. Oh, this is brutal. Oh! That was 6 or 7 KIA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesus Christ. Oh! That was almost the entirety of Pepega Pirates. I stand corrected. I didn't think they'd actually add HE shells, but they did. Oh, that guy got annihilated. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Op4 lost the entirety of Delta and the entirety of Pepega. Oh, Maz wanted to remind everyone why we don't use HE, and this is the reminder. Yeah, I get ya. We got an armored car charging in. Oh, but the tank spotted it. It's a miss. He's coming right at him. Is the armored car gonna fire? No, it doesn't. Are they gonna reload an HE shell? Load an HE shell. Two of them get away. One of them does not. Fire another one. Oh, 2 for 2. One's in defilade. And he gets them with a far shell. 3 for 3. This is gonna be a massive upset. Where are the T-34s? They're in the back doing Overwatch, letting the infantry get absolutely annihilated. Why, FNF? Why? I love it personally. We finally get to see an example with HE. It's excellent. All right, Op4's only hope now is to have Alpha sneak into the AO and still win. Can they do it? It's anyone's guess. Echo.
It has AG. It has AG. I got it. Yeah.
They're spacing out. They're trying to find this tank. Did the commander spot them? Here's the pitch. It's short. And then one of them gets annihilated immediately.
Where's fucking Cindy?
Cindy just got blown up.
I don't know. Where is Cindy? Puma, where's Cindy?
Dead. Well, Matt had a chance. All right, meanwhile, we got a heavy fight going here as it looks like the tank is poking out, trying to kill the other tank. They're under fire. T-34 just smoked one of them. They're still firing though. Both T-34s engaging. This one realized it's being engaged, trying to pull away. Other tanks now trying to engage. It's still active. And now the Vic's cooking off. So Blue 4 down to 1 tank. Op4 still has both their T-34s though. Those could change the game because they have HE shells. More rounds going in. They might try to put a few more, double tap it, or at least cook off its ammo. Exactly, Op4 still does indeed have a chance. If Echo can find the other tank, move around and get behind it close and hit it, that's all they need. But the fact that they're keeping this tank pinned right here is a good call. So they're gonna pull around. They might try to get behind it and take it out. But the Vic is now pushing forward. I'd love to see Matt snipe it. Oh no. Scandy Recon's gonna go for the cheeky flank. And the tank has no idea. Bazooka Gunner gets out. Oh, he gets out. There's the pitch. The commander, I think, noticed last second, gets run over by his own vehicle. Oh! And grenades get him. It was risky, but it has paid off. And now Op4, even though they got bitch slapped at the beginning, have taken out both of Blue 4's tanks. And now Op4 has a tank superiority. However, it looks like Blam just came up and executed all of Op4 command. Wait, that was a decoy. Who was that? I actually have no idea. But regardless, Blam on 3 kills with that submachine gun. And now, can Opbor with its remaining squad of infantry? They've captured Sector 1, they got 2 tanks on Overwatch, and the tanks are now bombarding this position. Can we see Opbor bounce back? We just had more AT fire up, I don't know what that was about. Looks like this group is trying to engage this group of infantry here. Tanks have pushed up. They're now in the open areas. They're trying to overwatch. Explosive traps go off, but they missed. Same as that Soviet guy missing his shot. Kazak didn't get the kill, though. Someone else shot him. Numbers-wise, Blue 4, I think, has a slight numbers advantage, but that could still change. That Jeep took submachine gun fire. Blam was unable to get a kill, though. Oh, and now they're dismounting. Blam's under threat. The Echo team, they've done their job. They're being bloodthirsty. We see some grenades being thrown in. Oh, and Blam's the 4th guy. Puma now pulling back, realizing he is alone, and that was a really dumb idea because the dude has a literal submachine gun. Now it's a submachine gun versus submachine gun. Will Puma look left? Will Blam look right? He does! And that is Blam's 5th kill. All right, Blue 4 dug in. Opbor don't have a lot of infantry remaining, though. Can the T-34s coming in flank? Can Blam find the AT on those Echo guys? Or did they leave the AT behind, knowing they don't need it anymore? That would have been smart. Prevents the enemy from capturing it. Blam has the AT, and there's a T-34 in his sights. Opbor infantry still trying to push up. Other T-34s changing positions. Blam realizing that T-34 is still a little ways away. He might be able to flank around and get to it. Oh, but the T-34 might have spotted him. Nope, it continues to look left.
That thing's dead over there.
They're talking about that dead tank right here. This is Maz and Bans.
Where do you want us to go?
By the way, the tank gunners, Maz is on 6 kills. Cameron's on 3. Pro Hunter turned out and got 1. Artcore is on 12. And Steve is on 4 and Kabubi's on 1, the other tank crew. So yeah, the tank crew's getting a big chunk of the kills here. We have a Blue 4 guy down. That would be Gazag. This building blew up. And Opbor is still trying to push. Both T-34s trying to support the infantry as they come in, looking at the other objective. They should be pelting more HE shells. As I say that, we just saw 2 people die to an HE shell. I'm really surprised that didn't kill you. Run into the trench. But with those Vicks tunnel visioned, can Blam find more AT rounds and hit the rears of T-34s with them? Because if Blam can take these tanks out, he might still get a victory for Blue 4 because they have the number advantage here. As I see that, we see a Blue 4 guy get double tapped. More AT shells going in. AT goes in. It is short. Only 1 tank noticed. The other tank that was being aimed did not. More AT goes in. That one goes over. And he might be out of AT now. Tank gun's looking around going, why did our bazooka just shoot at us? Oh, buddy, you should have kept sneaking up. He's out of bazooka ammo. He's not going to have anything to hit these unless he found some AT grenades. Norwegians? No, finished in Soviet Union, yes. Op 4 armor support driving past. Blam might find Op 4 command and hit him. But instead, I think he's going to keep fixating on the tanks. And I think the tanks are trying to find different angles to potentially find more Blue 4 infantry and eliminate. Hopefully, they don't kill any of their own infantry. That would be pretty funny, though. So anyway, a Blue 4 tank gunner got 12 kills. Maz is on 9, though. Cameron's still only on 3. Arcor's 12-man kill count's going to be the one to beat. So that tank fully got destroyed here. Sector 3 now being captured. You only have Alex still alive here. More tank shells going in. Looks like they're hitting that tank to cook it off as well to make sure it's not repaired and used against them later on. I think he's checking these bodies for more anti-tank based weaponry.
Yeah, that's 2 confirmed down.
Oh, and the commander gets sniped. Alex throws a grenade over. Looks like it was short. And he turns out and runs into a PPSH gunner. That was Bravo's element there. Grenade gets thrown. Is that going to blow up this guy? Nope, it lands in the bushes and falls short. And based on the fact that the grenades are going off in these bushes, they're not getting flattened. These grenades can't flatten them. Attackers have captured Sector 3. 35 minutes remaining. Tank has more shells that have gone into it. You got this guy out here just looking. And Blam still marauding around, seeing what he can do about those tanks. Now, Blue 4 have the number advantage right here. They need their tanks to push up and pull CQC at this point, even though that's super risky, but at the same time, tanks need to reposition to bombard Sector 2, because otherwise, Op 4 is not going to have the manpower to win. Speaking of, I think Op 4 is about to lose more of their manpower, because they're about to be flanked, if only Blue 4 noticed.
So, let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Maybe they'll look over. More rounds coming in right on top of Blue 4 positions here. They're making a run for it. And that blows up I think one of them, then the other guy got tapped by Mike? No. All right, so that's just the HE rounds. And Anderson is unfortunately cut down. So I did put Half-Life up on my poll, but it didn't win. So we'll do Half-Life again when my player base votes for it. Or if I get commissioned by a Half-Life community. AT goes in, it's far. Actually landing close to this guy over here. But hey, if you want to become a player, that gives you the opportunity to vote. And you can come play in Half-Life Ops. Wow, all right, so Ducat gets knocked out. Another guy's dead. By Curie here, trying to hold with his Masson. Hope I pronounced that right. He's doing okay there. Blam might be able to run up and get the kill on the gunner here.
Right.
Right there? More right. The original place we were firing.
That
yeah,
location?
that's where. That were.
I wish to surrender. Stop fire. I wish to surrender. I wish to surrender. Please. I wish to surrender.
I'm gonna get out.
Hello. Oh, that's the wrong button.
You mind if you take your vest off and your backpack?
Yep. Here you go. I'll empty out my inventory for you.
Okay, just sit here. Thank you. Thank you.
So, yes. How do I surrender?
Did the other tank come up here? Yeah, now it's shredding. This was really back and forth, though. I thought Blue 4 was going to win because of that early wiping of infantry, but the tank game ended up getting won by Op 4. They've taken him captive and they're gonna put him in the tank.
Hey, get in gunner so you can't get in the gun, yeah.
So they're gonna have him on the back of the tank. Oh! Now you're just having skirmishes at this point. No one's in the physical sector though, so when Snajapar enters it, it's gonna be game. Yeah, he's been promoted to spaced armor, and that's probably a very Soviet thing to do. And it's still firing HE shells at these poor people. There's Sector 2 being captured. Maybe we'll see Swola try to come in. Sector no longer being captured because Snajapar doesn't want to enter it. Does Swola have AT low to hit the tank? I doubt it. Oh no. Oh, this poor bastard. Can we get an F in chat for that? I know that's a very generic thing to say, but what else are we supposed to do in that situation? I think that other dude just got sniped. Sector's being captured. Literally turned into a fine mist. Now we just have to hope the HE shells don't cause damage to the one guy. I'm on point tonight with these callouts. Oh my god. Mr. Caster, what'd you do here? Yeah, you're right. I didn't say he was going to channel his inner Audrey Hotto, but we got there. We definitely got there. Get him! Yes! Yes! Actually, we want this to end, so no, but yes! Did they fire another HE shell that killed the other Op4 guy? That's brilliant. Death by friendly fire. That's just brilliant. That's Blue 4. There's still one guy. And then the other guy's entering the sector. That's brilliant. Okay. Alright. Alright, GG. We'll be back in a little under 30 minutes for the return of the last ship campaign on a brand new map. Complete with a custom CBR and script and a lot of other fun features. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. And hopefully you'll tune in again another 30 minutes. Let's let this play out here. Wait, I might have spoken too soon. Swede's gonna enter the sector. Oh! He misses the shot! Grenade's going out! And he gets blown to smithereens. And double tap, and I think that's all. Blue 4 dead, with the exception of the HVT. There you go. All right. There was a chance I'll see you guys in 30 minutes.